What?
Hello, this is Craig Proctor, and welcome to the Craig Proctor Real Estate Show. My very special guests are from Atlanta, Georgia today. We've got Erika Page and Tami Goodwin. Hey, ladies, welcome to the Craig Proctor podcast. Thanks for doing this.
Hey, Craig, thanks for having us.
Hey, you guys are looking great. You're feeling great. We had a little conversation before we got started here. Tell us a little bit about you. Erika, we'll start with you. Tell us how awesome you guys are and how you and I first got connected.
Well, Craig, that's our favorite subject, how awesome we are. So been in real estate, February will be 20 years for me, and absolutely love what I do. Been doing it for a long time. Jumped into real estate, kind of a very corporate background, have been in operations executive and such, relocated here to Atlanta, started having babies and wanted to be home. Always had an entrepreneurial mindset and did a couple different things. And then I said, okay, I'm gonna get my real estate license. Now at the time I was an old woman in my mind because I was already in my 30s and got started in real estate and did good. The market was absolutely tanking. I came in at right when the market was. And
what year was that, Erika?
So that was 2006.
2006. Okay. So pretty much by the time you got started, the market was already, we're in the financial crisis.
Yep. We were in the fight. I didn't know that.
And you're thinking my timing's perfect here.
I didn't know that. Came in, everybody was leaving the market. Nobody really could help me. I always say Google was my broker. I just said yes to everything. And I did good. And funny enough, in this old dusty office at the Keller Williams office, I'm like, help. And they're like, there's some books and stuff in that office. I picked up a Craig Proctor book because it was just all one package.
Right.
So I picked it up. It had cassette tapes. That's how long ago it was. Anyway, listen to those things. I started doing stuff right away and they told me, you can't do that. And I'm like, well, this guy said it. So
it must be right. It must be right.
Yeah. You can't ask for money. You can all this stuff. So, all right, I left it. Then later, I'm like, all right, I did good, but doing okay in real estate. But I want to do better. And I said, I'm going to find a coaching program. And I just started researching several and did one little small one, did better. And I'm like, what if I had a for real coach? And your information came up and I went to an event and the rest is history. I've been now connected to the Craig Proctor program. Gosh, I think it's been, tell me, what are we at, 4 years now? Good Lord.
4 years.
4 years.
4 years. All right, let's bring Tami into this. So how did you and Tami meet, and how do you explain to everybody how you guys work together?
Oh Lord.
I get to do that.
Yeah, you can do that part, Tami.
I had to chase Erika like a man for 18 months, but we'll get to that in a second. But so Erika and I both work at the same brokerage, which is Your Home Sold Guaranteed. We're here in Georgia. And when we started out, we had two separate teams. And we both have a lot of family life. We have kids. Erika has 3 girls. I have 4 boys. And my life is crazy. It still is crazy because 3 of my oldest boys, they all play hockey, 2 at a very high level. As a matter of fact, the 2 of them live in Nashville right now. And right. One of my middle sons, Christopher, he's here with us. And then we have our adoptive son, Malachi, who I share with my sister. Long story, but my sister and I, we have custody of my nephew. And so we toggle him back and forth. So it's a great thing. But so we take care of all the boys and we're traveling a lot. And I love real estate. And I found out about Craig Proctor through Todd Walters. I went to a seminar that Todd had. And I had just gotten back into real estate full time because I had done real estate part time. I started in 2002. And I told my husband, I was like, listen, I can't do this anymore. If I'm going to do this, I got to do it right. And the only way to do real estate right is to do it full time.
Right.
And
so Todd sent me a little thing. I liked it. I liked it because the first thing it says, you don't have to do cold calling. I was like, that's me. Because Keller Williams, I was with Keller Williams. They was like, oh yeah, cold call, knock on doors. I said, I am not knocking on nobody. I am definitely not knocking on nobody's door in these times because you could get shot.
That's right.
And I'm like, I don't like a cold bed. I like a warm bed. So went to Todd's seminar. It was absolutely amazing. Todd was talking. Listen, this is the funny thing. So Todd talked and he said a lot. The only thing I heard is that we can get people to call you and you don't have to call them. After he said that, everything he said, he sounded like Charlie Brown's teacher. Wah, 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 wah. I didn't hear nothing else.
So that's the part that attracted you. All right. So you joined Todd's office then to start with?
Yeah. Yep.
Erika and I both joined Todd's office.
Okay.
Right. And for me, it was just, okay, I can be in this system and I can also be connected to Craig, but one of the trainers is right here in Atlanta.
Right.
Might as well join his brokerage was kind of my thought.
But how did you two get together then? Is it because you both have these busy lives? You're like, we're going to partner up and share some of the work. Like, how did that happen?
Well, first of all, anytime you got two sisters in the room, there's always going to be like, hey, hey, girl. And so we just became friends,
Right.
Like your system is so unique. Other people just don't get it. And so when you're trying to figure stuff out and you can't talk to other real estate agent friends. So it's like, okay, Tami, what are you doing for this? And we became friends. We would hang out at conferences and then we said, let's just room together. And so that's how we got connected as friends.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the background and how you guys became really best friends in real estate using the Craig Proctor system. How does it work today? Like, tell us, what are the big differences in your mindset, how you think about real estate? Because I'm sure that's changed an awful lot over the last couple of years, like how you think about this, what you're prepared to do, what you would never do again. And, basically tell us a little bit about the production and the organization and how all that's changed over the last few years.
Yeah.
Well, for me, it changed a lot because one thing, when Erika and I got together, I said, I'm going to let you know, and I'm going to tell you right now, I am not great at organization. I was like, one thing I am great at though, is I know how to make money. So I'm literally going to bring bags of money and sit them at your feet. And then I can figure out and tell you where to go.
Right.
Erika was amazing at organization and the systems. And so that's
kind of important because right away you understood each other's strengths.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think that's important because, quite often, people team up and maybe they've got the exact same strengths, but that's nice that that you complement each other, that you both knew. So Erika is the organizer, and Tami, you're bringing in the money. And a lot of realtors are like that. It's like, I know how to bring. I know how to bring in the money and the sales, but the organization isn't there, and then ultimately that hurts you. Okay, so talk about your team now. What does it look like?
So yeah, we've really grown, and it's interesting you mentioned mindset, but you got to have the right mindset to even get yourself together to go and get a coach like a Craig Proctor system in the first place, right? So both of us had a very prosperity mindset, a confident mindset, and then what we have found is that's the exact thing as now we're building a team that is attractive. That they know that Tami and I will lead them in the direction. In fact, when we interview them, we just want to know that you have some goals, that you're trying to get somewhere. And like, we got to start with that. And if you are, and that's your mindset, then certainly we can teach you how to really achieve the goals and really honestly exceed them. And it's important too, because that's what you're going to need in order to transfer that to your clients to get them to trust you and lead you to the closings that you need.
You spend an awful lot of time with the people you recruit onto your team, and obviously your energy, your enthusiasm is really contagious. It's a lot of work to do this properly with a team. I know for me, I would meet with my team every Monday morning, but boy, by the time those meetings were over, I was exhausted. I felt like I took all of my energy and I transferred it into my team. Because you really, as a team leader, it's almost like you want your team to succeed. You want them to succeed so much that you pour so much time and energy into it. Why is it that realtors are attracted to coming and working on your team? Why not? Why shouldn't they just keep doing what they're doing, working solo, trying to figure it out? What would you say to a realtor that perhaps is watching this? And they're like, hey, you know what? Erika and Tami, I like their energy. I like their enthusiasm. I'm in Metro Atlanta. Maybe I don't need to figure this out by myself. Maybe I should just, partner up with them. what would you say to someone like that if they were to call you and say, hey, what would be the benefits, the advantages of partnering up with you rather than just trying to, continue doing what I'm doing as a solo agent?
Well, I can tell you what the agents who we've interviewed have said. One thing that they love is that we give them leads. And it's not even leads, we give them appointments. They have appointments on their schedules. And these appointments that they get, these people have been vetted through our ISA system. And so they love it because if they're meeting somebody, this person wants to meet with them. This person wants to get information for them. That's number one. Number two, they love. Okay,
before we go to number two, Tami, that is got to be music to a real estate agent's ears right there. Okay, did everyone hear what Tami said? We don't give our agents just leads. We won't give them unqualified leads. This isn't like, here's a Zillow lead, go call them. No. Your leads are given to your inside sales agents. Your inside sales agents qualify the prospect before they set up the appointment to make sure that they're motivated and their timing is now. So if you're a team member, an outside sales agent at Erika and Tami's office, you're not just getting leads, you're getting qualified appointments on your day timer. But the other advantage is you guys coach up your agents so they know exactly what to do and say when they show up for that buyer appointment, or that listing appointment. Like the entire process is handed to a realtor on a silver platter. So, if I'm a solo agent, I don't got to worry about leads. I don't have to worry about paying for the leads. I don't have to worry about calling the leads. Like Tami, what you said about cold calling. Yeah, nobody wants to cold call, but a lot of agents don't even want to call warm leads. On your team, the agents, the outside sales agents aren't doing any of that. They're just simply going from appointment to appointment to appointment. So sorry for interrupting, but that's such a huge point of differentiation of how realtors benefit.
Huge. It's huge. In fact, Craig, that our business development director, when he's interviewing them, he has to repeat it like 5 times because they say, oh, yeah, I'll get leads. And he's like, no, not leads. And it's almost like focus. It's not leads. It's appointments that are vetted because you should be able to make more money. You don't have to worry about anything else. Just work. Just work with the clients that say they want to work with you.
You've taken away every other distraction. All of the unpleasant things that realtors don't like to do has been taken away from them. So instead, the realtors on your team can focus on what Tami's good at, bringing home the money, right? Just going from appointment to appointment to appointment to appointment, which is what we want. You want all of your team members to be super profitable, and the better they do, the better you guys do. So, Tami, you were saying that was number one. What was number two?
Well, before I go to number two, just to piggyback off of that, just a tiny bit. Like we have a new agent who we brought on. His name is Jack, and he worked for Open Door. And he literally, all he did was open doors. He did nothing else. Mm-hmm. He did nothing else. So my number 2 point is what you alluded to, is we tell them what they need. We have presentations that are already put together. This is what I love about the Craig Proctor system. You literally can copy and you don't get in trouble, and they don't say it's plagiarism. I love it. I love it.
Like in school, we're told don't copy. In the Craig Proctor system, we're like copy. We want you to copy. Just follow this system exactly.
Yeah, a leader that I used to say this statement: it's okay to be a copycat as long as you copy the right cat. And Craig Proctor is the cat to copy.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. So how do you find the realtors that you want to join your team? Because you don't just hire anybody. I mean, you have a selection process, and you've got very good orientation. Because like some brokerages, if you can fog a mirror, they'll hire you. But you're looking for someone that is going to succeed. Okay, and realtors, if you're in Metro Atlanta, you do not need to figure out how to reinvent the wheel. Okay. If you're in Metro Atlanta, you shouldn't be calling Craig Proctor. You should be calling Erika and Tami and having a conversation. That's where all good things start with. I mean, so I started with these ladies. We got together, we had a conversation, and they're like, I like this conversation. You have nothing to lose by reaching out to them, because unless they really honestly believe they can help you make more money and have a better life, they wouldn't partner up with you.
That's the
right.
truth.
Because you spend so much time training and coaching up a new realtor on your team. You would only do that in a situation where you know that you could actually help the realtor become more successful. So, and you know what? You don't get this kind of training at your brokerage. I mean, I don't know, my broker in the beginning, I don't even think she knew my name, right? So tell us about what happens. I'm a new realtor and I come and work with you. Before I get started, what is that process of hiring me, and what kind of, how do you coach me up and get, what kind of orientation do I go through to make sure I'm going to succeed and be happy and make money, and everyone's making money with this?
Yeah, so you start with an interview with our business development director. There's a couple of assessments that you take to give us a little bit of a background. Tami and I interview you, and really it's about mindset. That's the main thing, is we're looking for mindset. And then of course the actual ability to work, and not saying I can't drive here, I can't drive there. So start with that. They got the right mindset. Once we've come to an agreement that we're going to work together, we have an onboarding process. Now, fortunately at the company, there's some things that are already in place online that is on demand. Some training is on demand, some is live via Zoom. And then of course, Tami and I have our orientation where we work with them. We too meet with our team every single Monday. And then about every other Tuesday, we do training, sometimes in person and sometimes in Zoom. And our hope is that within probably 12 to 15 days, you should be very much ready to go. You've got the information, the presentations are there, you've practiced them, you've done role plays with us, you've done role plays with the other members of the team. So you should be pretty much ready to go. We'll listen in and shadow on your first couple appointments. For Tami and I, it's a shift in these years because we too have had to learn how to shift to doing things virtually and stuff like that. So the nice thing though about it is that it's easy for us to listen in and make adjustments if necessary. Though I will say we are we're just really pleased that we just did a round of hiring, and almost every agent, if they don't have something on the closing books already, they're very close. Several of our agents just came on in the beginning of November. We've already had two that have had 3 closings. So that's kind of the process for getting started. And then Tami, we both do it, but we kind of do some accountability coaching with each of them. Sometimes it's just jumping in on, hey, you're having this problem. Let's kind of do some diagnostic stuff on this particular problem. And Tami's excellent at that. Just, hey, quick solution. She's almost surgical with it. And then sometimes it's like, all right, you had this problem because your philosophy about something is a little bit wrong. And so we'll make those adjustments as well. But our agents are excited. We've become a family, and they're excited for the prospect of, I had nothing or very little and zero support, no help, no system. And now it's like, just fall into the system. It's probably already in place. We've got a big team between our marketing team, our ISA team, and our support team. There's nothing that we can't handle for any of our agents and our clients.
It's got to be a big relief for realtors when they join up with you, that they actually are getting what's being promised. They're actually, getting someone to show them exactly what needs to be done and hold their hand and ensure that they're going to be successful, providing them all the systems that they've never had before. So what's really cool about this is not only, obviously, you both love what you're doing, you enjoy it, but think of not only all the hundreds of clients, thousands of clients that you're helping, but how you're helping the realtors on your team have way better lives. It's got to feel pretty good. The fact that they're coming to you now saying, hey, you know what? I'm making more money I've ever made. I've got time for my family. I've got a better life. So it really is a win-win-win. I mean, your business is growing and thriving. And because you're helping your team members be so successful, that's got to really make it easier for you to recruit other agents, because you basically could say is, well, if you're thinking of joining up on my team, talk to this person on my team or talk to this person. And they can, new recruits can actually speak to, agents on your team that are just being so successful, and all you need to do really at this point is point to your team members and say, see, like you can do what they're doing. What are you doing to recruit right now? How are you finding other than, of course, our interview right now, which thousands of people are going to watch? And again, let me put a plug in here. If you're in Metro Atlanta and you want to make more money this year without sacrificing your life, your kids, without ending up divorced, without ending up with health problems, because that's a traditional way, right? Tammy's like, they taught me to go cold call and door knock. Tammy's like, I could get shot doing that. I don't want to do that, right? If you want to have a real business, you need to be coached up. Okay, look, if I want to climb the top of Mount Everest, I suppose I could try figure it out myself. I'll probably die on the way up there. There would be no need for me to figure out how to climb Mount Everest because hundreds of people have done that before. I would hire a guide, and who the guide is really important. I don't want to, someone that's never climbed the mountain before. If you're in Metro Atlanta, Erika and Tami have climbed the mountain. They have put years into being coached up on the Craig Proctor system. They have the right mindset. That's number one. Okay. These ladies are serious about their serious players. They understand what it takes to win. And they love what they do, and they love helping people. So you should reach out to them about how you could partner up with them. Don't worry about competing with them. Just partner up with them. You basically would have your own business inside of their business as an outside sales agent. You would literally just look at your day timer, and they will set you up from listing appointment to buyer appointment to listing appointment. They will coach you up on here's exactly what to say when you meet with the buyers and sellers. Here's the best presentations. And heck, after you get the listing signed, agents, all you have to do is send that listing in. They'll order up the sign. They'll get the keys cut. They'll install the key box. Someone will take the picture of the house, make the feature sheets. It's all done for you. So if this excites you, this idea of actually having a business where you focus on only the parts of the job where you make a lot of money, you should reach out to Erika and Tami. They have it figured out. They got it going down, and their business is growing so fast. They need more motivated agents. And you don't have to be a superstar. You just have to have the right mindset. Okay. You could be brand new in real estate, but if you meet with Erika and Tami and they don't think they can help you, they'll let you know. They don't want to waste your time or their time because they invest so much time helping you. They will have a serious interview with you, probably a couple times, and they'll let you know whether they can help you grow inside that team or not. Now, what would be the best way for realtors in Metro Atlanta who watching this interview, they want to reach out to you guys? What would be the best way to do that?
They can give us a call at 470-655-0787. If someone wants to send us an email, they can send us an email at LLINFO@luxurylivingintl.com.
I love the luxury living. Okay, you know what? We'll type all that in the comments below. We're going to type it in the comments below, so you can. It's easy for you to connect with Erika and Tami. Just have a conversation. Now, if you're outside of Metro Atlanta, so most of you will be outside of Metro Atlanta. What should you do? Well, if you like our conversation, if you want to be the next Erika and Tami, then you should reach out to me. Okay, and I'll have my contact information in the comments below. But it's easy. It's proctorcall.com. My name, proctorcall.com. And you can go onto my day timer and you can book a day and time that works and set up an appointment for my team and I. Here's how that would work. Okay. It's called a breakthrough call. It's free of charge. We'd ask you a few questions about, who you are, what your business is, what your goals are. Now that we know where you are right now in your business and we understand where you want to go, the obvious question we would ask you is, why aren't you already doing it? Right? If you're doing 20 transactions a year, you say, I want to do 100. Why are you not already doing 100? And then you're going to tell us why. Well, I've got this problem. I will help you solve the obstacle. I would give you my advice on how you can go from where you are to where it is that you want to go. Because obviously, if you're not already doing what you want to do, there's a reason why. Let me help you. The conversation is free. Now, if you talk to me and my team and you really like it, you might want to hire us, and we would love that. And if not, it's 45 minutes. You can take all the information we shared with you on that breakthrough call, and you can continue on doing what you do now. So it's proctorcall.com. So we'll put a link in there below. Okay, now our topic today, I love Tammy. Tammy's like, I'm all about making money. Our topic today is how we can make more money. So we got a little presentation we want to share with you. So we're going to share with you, I think, Erika, the PowerPoint slides.
Yes, we sent that over to Faith.
Faith. Okay, so Faith, if you could drop those PowerPoint slides. Now, folks, we're going to go through this rather quickly, but we're going to make it available. So we're going to give you some bonus gifts. Like obviously, we can't coach you up in an hour on all the stuff that Erika and Tami are awesome at. But we're gonna give you some good information, and we'll make it available. If you wait till the end of this interview, we'll have a link to this information. So I'll let you guys take us through the presentation here. Earn more money than the average agent, and I don't know what the average agent makes in the United States. I don't know, but it's probably not a lot of money. In my marketplace, Erika and Tami, I was reading something the other day. In Toronto, that's where I'm from, in Toronto, there are 60,000 real estate agents, probably the same in Atlanta.
Yeah.
So they broke it down and they said that's 1 in every 8 adults. 1 in every 8 adults in my city has a real estate license. So far too many real estate agents. I think they said something like the average realtor made like $8,000 last year. So earn more money than the average agent. We're talking about making serious money here. If you want to make $100,000 or more, okay, it's easy to do. Just joining up with one of our teams, or if you're super entrepreneurial and you want to build your own team, we can show you how to do that as well. So take it away, and let's go through this presentation. Again, if you have questions, anyone watching this, you can type the questions in the comments below. We will be giving some of this information away at the end of the interview.
Yep. So this slide just kind of talks a little bit about our background, but I love it. Tami calls it the Quan, which is kind of that nirvana that you reach. Did we lose Tami?
No, she's still there.
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay. I suddenly couldn't see you.
Mm-hmm.
So, and she can go into it in more detail about the Quan with Tami.
Okay, Tami, tell me what this Quan is.
So the Quan is it depends on how old you are.
Right.
If you remember the movie Jerry Maguire.
Yep.
I do remember Jerry. Show me the money.
So
show me the money.
Right. Show me the money. But before Show Me the Money came, the actor Cuba Gooding Jr. talked about he wanted the Quan. And Jerry was like, what's this word, the Quan? He said, yeah, that's my word. He said, that's my word, because it's not always about the coin. It's not always about the dollar, but he wants the whole thing. And that was love, respect, community, and then the dollars come.
Love it.
And so it's the same thing in real estate. We want the Quan. You got to love what you do. And part of loving what you do means that, you can't just be in it just to make money, because it's not going to be sustainable. But what you have to do is you have to love people and treat them the way they should be treated. We're not glorified customer service agents. Really, the thing that impresses me about Craig Proctor's system is Craig is truly a servant first. Mm-hmm. He serves us because what he does is it takes care of us, which is why we're able to do what we're able to do, because Craig gives all of his knowledge to us and pours into us. It helps us to do the same with other people. And I know when I was younger, my mom used to always say this saying, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So you got to love in order for that love to pour over into others. And then that's how you keep a sustainable business.
And honestly, that kind of speaks to the mindset, right? Because you have to love yourself and understand that you deserve the best, the more, the whatever it is that you are striving for, so that you can have this total life prosperity, not just dollars, dollars, dollars. Because if that's your only mindset, not only will you burn out, and who knows if you'll get there, but not only will you burn out, but you won't have that mindset, because we have to take care of the clients. We make great money. We make amazing money. But we really have to work. It's care, it's emotional, it's understanding the clients. And like Tami said, being in service to them, not servant per se, but we understand that you got to be in service to them. There are going to be some rough spots, but if you love yourself, what you do, your client, and the goals, then of course you should be very well paid for it. So that's where that love part kind of comes in.
Yeah, to be successful long-term, I think you really have to be passionate about what you do. And I think we've all probably met real estate agents that are all about the money, and they're not passionate about what they do, and they don't really believe in what they do. And usually they don't last in the business that long, because it's difficult to wake up every morning and do it for years and years and years unless you're really passionate about something. I mean, I suppose people do that, but I would hate to be that type of person. Every once in a while, I've got to drive down to downtown Toronto. And I did it yesterday. I had to bring my wife's car in. So I'm in rush hour traffic, which I'm usually not in. And I'm looking at these people in the car beside me, and they don't look happy. And they're driving an hour in rush hour traffic, probably going to a job that they don't like, working for somebody they don't like. And I'm kind of thinking, well, it's their fault, because they decide to get up every day and go do that, right? So we've all got, options and choices in our life. And I recommend, if you're watching this right now and you're not having a great time selling real estate, then you want to make some changes. If you're not happy with where you are right now or how things are going, you don't have to continue on that course. You can make a change right now. And hey, maybe real estate's not even the right career for you, but if you love real estate and you love people and you love yourself, there is a best way to do this. And you want to surround yourself with people that love what they do. This is what is so, it blows me away. The people that we attract here in the Craig Proctor system, when you come to Erika and Tami, when you come to our conferences, it's just like a huge, big family where, you're going to meet some of your best friends inside the Craig Proctor world. They all want you to succeed. We live in abundance. It's not like in your marketplace where if you ask a successful agent how to be successful, they won't tell you, or they'll tell you to go left when you should be going right. The Craig Proctor system, the people in it, all want you to win. And I'm just so, that's the amazing part to this is what I've been doing this now for 25 years. Is the fact that you hear Erika say, we love the people here in the system. You got to get up every day and love what you're doing. And that's what this is about. The money will come. Yeah. If you love what you're doing, you're going to be excited. It won't even seem like work. Some of the most successful people in the world, they don't see what they do as work. They get paid very well, but they're passionate about what they do. I mean, do you think Warren Buffett needs to work anymore?
Right.
No, I mean, he absolutely does not. And if you look at Warren Buffett's a great example because he doesn't even spend the money.
Right.
And I mean, that would be true really in a way with my life. Like if I was doing this for money, I would have been out of this a long time ago. I'm into this 25 years. So this has got to be more. You're getting up in your business. It's got to be about passion. It's got to be about having some bigger purpose in your life than making money. Now, the money is the scorecard. I mean, it's like when you're playing Monopoly, right? I want to take everybody's properties. That's the game that we play. But you've got to make the game that you play fun. That's what you ladies have done. You get up every day. You love the challenge of it. You guys love the strategy of this.
Yeah.
Like you do, right? Like you absolutely love getting up every day and working on the strategy of this. So you guys got to be really proud with what you've done here and what you're doing.
Yep.
Yeah, we absolutely love it. We get up every day to see who was the first one to hit the streets. You out, girl?
What you got going on today? Who you helping? What do we need to do? Yeah, we are constantly strategizing. And just to speak to you, Craig, because you've been doing this so long, and I know you're so siloed. But for me, as I was looking at other coaching programs, and of course, Tami and I get hit up constantly by someone offering something. And it's very clear that you love what you do, that you love to see other people succeed. Because I tell you, you just give the whole shebang. There isn't oh, okay, now that you did this, do some other thing. You don't hide anything. In fact, it was almost overwhelming when we first joined. It was like, here's the whole thing. And it's like, wow, you're just going to give me your brain on a platter? And you did, and you continue to do that. So clearly you do it because you love what you do, and you love people, and you love seeing people succeed. And Tami and I are the same way. We've adopted that same thing.
Sorry, Faith, can you pull that presentation back up again? I know I went off on a bit of a tangent there, but I do want to get through some of these slides because we want to give this information to those of you who want to get it at the end of our session here today. We'll put a link into the comments below. But let's go through these. Let's go through some of these slides here.
And we'll go through them pretty quick. So respect.
Okay.
One great thing, Craig Proctor, he teaches you tools. And these tools will help you be successful. So you got to respect the system. Just do what you need to do. It's a copy system. Just copy it. Don't be afraid to ask for something. The only no is the no in your head.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so we one of the things that we teach our agents and what we do is that you taught us was having an upfront fee. Just, all right, you've hired me on. I'm a professional, just like any other profession across the United States and Canada. This is how we start our relationship with some dollar amount. This is how I give loyalty to you. You give loyalty to me. Now you have me locked in. All of my time, not all, but my time and attention is now set for you by yourself, buyer or seller. And so there's a fee for that. And so we ask for it. We just ask for it. We don't have any trouble getting it because we are going to offer so many more things. And when you think about all that we're going to do for a client, of course we're paid more. Of course you need to retain us.
Okay, so that's an upfront transaction fee.
Absolutely.
Okay, now that slide that back for 1 second there, Faith. Let's go back to number one. So the transaction fee, so everyone's clear on this. If I'm a buyer and I want to work with Erika and Tami, which I want to, and we'll get into all the reasons why buyers, want to. The first step is not running out and showing the buyer houses. Okay, the buyer is going to meet with Erika and Tami. They're going to sign a buyer agency agreement, and they're going to pay an upfront transaction fee. Now, this is not credited towards the purchase price of the home, correct?
No.
No, it's not.
And it's not refundable.
It's
No.
not.
Right. So now realtors, hang with me here. How many times have you spent an enormous amount of time with a buyer, right? You meet with them, you run around showing them a whole bunch of houses, they never buy anything. We should be compensated for our time. So that's how it works with Erika and Tami here is if you want us to go to bat for you, go to work for you, and you want us to, research the best properties and have one of our agents take you out and show you homes, we need your upfront retainer fee. Now, this is called normal, by the way, outside of real estate,
Yep.
right? Like if I call my lawyer,
Yes.
my lawyer's not going to do anything without my accountant, an architect. They're not going to do anything for my contractor. My contractor's like, okay, you got to pay me half the money now so I can go out and buy all the materials. I know this is not commonplace in real estate. And some of you watching this, oh, my buyers would never do that. My marketplace is different. No, they would do it. If you knew how to do this, that's the key. You shouldn't be asking, does this work? You should be asking a better question. How do I do this? Okay.
Absolutely.
I mean, this, like the success the Craig Proctor members are having, it's a thing. We don't need to debate whether the Craig Proctor system works or not. We've been doing this for 25 years. Your question shouldn't be, does this work or will this work or my market? Your question should be, how do I do this? So we teach you how to do this. But imagine if all your buyers coming in had that kind of loyalty, they were that qualified. Okay, so we vet the buyers. The buyers are meeting with, signing a buyer agency agreement, paying an upfront transaction fee, okay, before we run around and show them the properties. You know you've got a pretty motivated buyer. And if they don't buy, at least you got your upfront retainer fee. You're not working for nothing.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Absolutely.
All right, let's go to number 2.
Yes,
Number 2.
1% fee.
All right, talk to us about the 1% fee. Like, why shouldn't I just accept whatever is being offered by the listing agent?
Okay, Tim, you gonna talk about it, or I will?
Yep. The reason why I charge a 1% fee is because I'm worth every penny and then some. And the things that I am going to do for you, the strategies that I have that a lot of other agents don't have, the things that I will do and I will go to bat for you, the things that you don't see that happens so that you're not stressed, we take all that away. That's exactly why I get that 1% fee.
Yeah, and if you think about it, and in fact, when our business development director, because he ends up talking to a lot more people, before Tami and I even talk to them, and over and over and over again, we hear about people that have a bunch of almost closings. Because we ask them, how many transactions have you done? And they come with a story, almost, but it fell apart in some kind of way. Whether it was related to financing, something with the house, something they couldn't negotiate. And the problem is they just don't have the skills and the strategies to get the closing, get it over the closing line. Getting a property under contract is one thing, but actually getting it to closing, hopefully on time and with the least amount of hassle, like that is a special skill set sometimes, especially in this market. Tami and I sat and talked, and we realized in this last year of 2021, we had to shift and pivot how we did business 4 times. And we had to, not only Tami and I have to say, whoa, wait, we got to make a change. Hey, let's add this. Let's do this strategy. Let's do that strategy. Tami and I, fortunately, we're doing a lot of transactions. So it's easy to quickly test something, see if it works, and then quickly teach it to the team. We ended up doing that 4 times this year. And it worked out because we did another transaction, when other agents and unfortunately other buyers just were not getting deals, we were closing deals. And some of these special skill sets are things that we pay for. A lot of them are things that we pay for because we definitely invest in ourselves, our business. We love ourselves. We love our business. And then some of these things, maybe we didn't pay for it with cash dollars, but we had to sit and learn and understand it and take our time. And so Tami and I have done that. And our team members will tell you, they come to us, they say all the time, they say, it's like you're psychic. This person said exactly what you said they were going to say. And then I said this such and such skill or strategy, and problem solved. And we make it to the closing table. Clients are happy. Everybody's happy. And we get the next deal, the next deal, the next deal. Well, of course, Tami and I have over 20 years of experience, a combined 40 years of experience. Of course, we charge more. Of course, you would pay more for us just like you pay more for the attorney that's got 20 years and won 50,000 cases versus the attorney that just got out of law school. Exactly.
If I want the best lawyer, I'm going to pay more. If I want the best architect, I'm going to pay more. So, yes. So how many of you watching this agree that if you're spending the money and the time and to learn and to train and coach yourself up and you've got, you're a better system and you've got a really great track record, why should you be accepting the same fee as the average realtor that doesn't invest in themselves, doesn't take any training, doesn't put the effort in, and doesn't get the results? So, okay. So we do spend a lot of time working with realtors on their mindset. I mean, it's the craziest thing. Erika and Tami, you've been to our conferences, and people that are there for the very first time, realtors that are there for the very first time, they fight this idea. I mean, I've never seen anybody fight getting a pay raise like a realtor, right? Like, oh, all the reasons why it's not going to work and this and that. It's like, be open-minded. We want to help you, okay, increase the fee. Okay, you've got the value. A lot of you, if you would just open up and learn how to negotiate your fee, you have a great track record. You have the education. You do get the results for your clients, but you're not getting paid enough for what you do because you're looking around how everyone else does it, and you just assume, well, that's just the nature of the business. Well, we push back on that. You can negotiate a much higher fee with buyers and sellers, and they're happy to pay it to get the result. Here's an example. Let's say there's a couple are going through a divorce. They're not looking for the divorce attorney that's going to charge the least amount of money.
No.
If they're serious about going through a divorce, they're like, who can get this done as fast as possible, right? They would pay more for that result because they want to move on with their lives. Okay, it's the same thing in real estate. When people want to buy a house, they want all of the great results and service that we can provide. The extra little bit in fee that they're going to pay is not as important as getting the desired result.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, money from vendors. Let's talk about this.
Oh, that's Tami's favorite subject.
Yes, money from vendors. So that's another thing that we learn in the Craig Proctor system is that we have all these people who we work with who we're making money for, yet they can't make any money for us. They just give us a thank you, which is nice. However, I'm gonna need more than a thank you. And this is what I tell my vendors. If a vendor comes to me and they say, oh, well, I can't give you any money, I said, oh, no problem. I can't give you any clients.
Yeah.
I like it.
Because it's a partnership. It's
Hey,
a partnership.
Tami, it took me a while. It took me a while to figure this out. I remember early in my career, I had a lender I gave all my buyers to every year, and he would show up at my Monday meetings with a box of donuts. I'm like, I don't need a box of donuts. I need some revenue here so we can spend more on marketing, because the better I do, the more buyers I'm going to have, and you, Mr. Lender, are going to benefit from this as well. So, how do you do this with your vendors?
So we have a conversation. Like we have a couple of lenders who we have that we're working with, and they give us money. And one of my lenders recently, she said to me, she was like, oh, I don't know if this process is working. I'm like, what do you mean? And so what I did is I did the numbers, because a lot of times most people don't know their numbers. That's another thing that I learned in the Craig Proctor system. We track everything. So we track the lenders, what clients we give them, how much they make off of it. So I can tell you what your ROI is. If you don't know what it is, I know what it is for you.
Yeah.
So you actually know more about the lender's return on investment from your relationship than they do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because the moment you say, oh, I don't know if this is working, so I asked the lender, I was like, okay, we've only been working with you for 4 months. You've made $30,000 off for us. So are you telling me that your $2,400 you gave me and you made $30,000, so your ROI is $26,000 in 4 months? Is that not something you want? Because I'm pretty sure I can find somebody else who does want it.
Yeah, that's literally what it is. They just haven't sat down to look at the numbers, and that's before getting into. And these are people that were just handed to you. Like, you didn't have to. We spent a ton of money on marketing, both online, offline. We take all of the risk. We don't know if we're going to close something or not yet. We write a check every single month to whatever bills that we have to pay for our business. And so for the vendor, so all you did was pick up the phone and you had a client. You didn't have to make this outlay of cash that Tami and I have. So besides, like she said, actual dollar for dollar, one for one, but think about the money that you didn't spend. But you have a list, so much so you can barely keep up with the amount of business that we're bringing to you.
So once the vendor or affiliate gets it, once they understand it, I assume you've got long relationships with them.
Absolutely.
It's just getting those relations set up. So you basically are coaching up all of your vendors, all your affiliates, because it is a team. I mean, look, when realtors forget, like, we're the ones that kind of start getting the ball rolling here, right? When somebody buys a house, Look at all of the other products and services that they're going to buy. Why should we not be plugged into this? Why should we not benefit? We're the ones that got the ball rolling. We've got the buyer into a house. They're going to need financing. They're going to need, really, how far do you want to take this? They're going to buy furniture, landscaping. I mean, we can have a list of vendors and affiliates that we can refer to our clients. And why should we not be plugged into that? Okay, so strategies that we get into, so you start to understand there's a lot of revenue that I'm leaving on the table as a realtor. And number one, we already hit on is we simply do not charge enough. Okay, we are not charging buyers and sellers enough. We coach you up on how to add so much value to the transaction for the buyer and the seller that they are willing to pay you more money. Now, again, you can fight this all you want. And Erika and Tami, we see this you can always spot a new member at the Craig Proctor conference because they're going to be, this won't work and I'm not allowed to, and I'm going to break rules. It's funny how the old paradigm works, right? The old paradigm will immediately, we're programmed to see the world in a certain way, and we'll go down all the reasons why this idea, we won't give it a chance. We go immediately down all the reasons why this is not going to work for me in my marketplace. Instead, what we want you to do is we want you to focus on, well, what if? Instead of focusing all our energy on why it won't work, why don't we focus all our energy on why it will work and how we can make it work?
Absolutely.
Right. And just having that mindset of, well, this is my mindset. I'm a professional apologizer. So I've learned how to say no very nicely. Or I've learned how to say, oh, I'm sorry, very nicely. So I'll do whatever I'm told to do. And then they say, oh, well, you're not really supposed to do that. Oh, I'm sorry. But I already did it. So, but I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, hey, what's the old saying? It's easier to beg for forgiveness than ask for permission.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's a writer down.
Right. I said something at the last conference that we were at that, you're arguing a point, but why? Why are you arguing how much? Like you said, people immediately go to how much it won't work. And so, okay, great. Now you won that argument and you make less money.
Yeah.
Right.
What do you want? Okay,
what's
great.
in it for you? Exactly.
Yeah. What's in it? You won. And honestly, Craig, the part of the thing with the vendors, all of this also goes back to the 1%. Tami and I can call our attorney on a Saturday afternoon and say, help. We can call our attorney on a Sunday night and say, help. In fact, one of our attorneys fussed at us because we sent a text just for her to answer the next day. And she said straight out, she's like, don't send me a text unless you need something because I only answer this phone on the weekends for you guys. Yeah. And this is a vendor that pays us. But we have sent enough business to her. It's a partnership. We know that we can easily navigate through problems between our lenders, our attorneys, our inspectors. Hey, I need this favor. I need you to do that. They readily do it. They pay us. They readily do it because we've created a partnership. And they say, every agent comes and says that they're going to do all this business. They come to us all the time for money. You guys are the only people that are actually doing it. One of our vendors just told us we cannot keep up. We can't keep up with you guys. Yep.
Actually, they told us they can't keep up. And so we terminated our partnership because they can't keep up with the amount of business that we're doing.
Yeah. Yeah. These are vendors that pay us. So all of that, it dovetails back into why we are paid more, because I can easily push a button and solve a problem. Like I say, being able to say, hey, attorney, we need this, and this. Can you take care of that? Can you close it on a Saturday? Can you do, hey, lender, can you do this special thing? And they do it. That's part of why Tami and I and our team are paid for. And that's part of why we have these vendor relationships, because we bring so much business to them and we've created a family with our vendors.
Yep. And there's this saying that says, I'm not here to be average. I'm here to be awesome. And because we're here to be awesome, it's like for the younger crowd, it's like buying a pair of shoes. You can go buy a pair of Nikes and they cost one thing. The same shoe that they stick the Air Jordan tag on is going to cost you $75 to $100 more. You know why? because that shoe just became awesome because Michael Jordan was awesome. So the same thing, when you're working with an awesome agent, it is no doubt. We have people sitting at the closing table fighting for our money because we are good at what we do. And there again, everything always starts with mindset. If you say to yourself, it's not going to happen, you're going to attract, it's not going to happen. But if you say to yourself, it's going to happen, I'm going to do it, I don't even care if I don't understand it, I'm still going to do it. You do the action and you figure it out later.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's do this. We've got a few minutes left. Let's go back to, we'll take the PowerPoint down here for a minute because we are going to make this available to everybody.
Yeah.
We'll have a link in the comments, but let's go back to us. Okay, great. What advice would you give to realtors in the times that we're having now? I mean, you know, are we in a pandemic? Are we through a pandemic? We don't know.
And then we came out, and then
yeah,
it's
we don't know what's up. But you guys, like you said, you pivoted, you've changed. You're entrepreneurial. You're going to figure it out. But what advice? Obviously, if someone's in Metro Atlanta, it's a no-brainer. If you're in Metro Atlanta and you're still watching this, it's because there's something that attracts you to this message here. Let's be honest. We've been at this now for about an hour in this interview. If you're still watching this, you're in Metro Atlanta. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to contact Erika and Tami and have a conversation. At least introduce yourself. Okay, there's no downside to this, folks. Introduce yourself. Have a little conversation about what this might look like if you guys were to partner up. And again, if you're outside of Metro Atlanta and you want to do what Erika and Tami is doing, you want to contact me. Okay, you want to go to proctorcall.com. We will book a conversation. That's all this is. And we'll talk to you about where your business is, where you want to go. And I would give you some advice. Now, when you're finished with that call, you're either going to feel like, okay, I think Craig can really help me, and I would love to help you and work with you on a longer term basis. And if not, you know, there's no downside. At least you've got some great information and you can continue on doing, you know, whatever it is in your business. To wrap this up, Erika and Tami, talk to us about your goals for this year and what advice you would give to realtors from all over the country. Okay, because you guys have a winning attitude. So first of all, what's your goal for this year? Like, what do you want this to look like by the time we get to the end of the year?
So we want to be able to help more team members to achieve their goals. Tami and I partnered up last year, had to figure out a lot of things very, very quickly, not only with working with each other, but also in a pandemic, how to figure those things out. We solved so many problems and just solidified our system so well. We're excited in 2022 to really, really focus on helping our agents to do even better than they did last year, for them to do at least 4 transactions per month. Hopefully they can do more, but that's our goal that we have for them. That's a big, big, major focus for us, a major push for us. Also, as Tami said,
that really is, that's your superpower, isn't it?
Yeah.
Your superpower is attracting talented agents and helping them be super successful. That's the thing that you guys are passionate about.
Yeah, absolutely.
And for me, my goal for the team, you know, it's got to be $1. So definitely 2 million in GCI for the team. This year we were over 1 million in GCI. And one thing that we do on our team for our agents is we teach our agents how to make additional money outside of, it's not outside, it's outside of traditional real estate. So we teach them how to do small investments. Like we did an investment, we bought a property for 80,000, we put 30 in it, we sold it for 180. We teach our agents to do things like that. And we'll even partner with them to do things like that. And so just making more money and from making sure you love people, making sure you're respecting the process, making sure you use your community that's around you. And that's when you get the dollars.
Yeah, absolutely.
$2 million in GCI. How's that going to feel when you get there? That's going to feel pretty good, isn't it?
The
It's gonna
heavens
feel
are going to
awesome.
open up and the angels are going to sing.
Yeah, this year, Craig, we had a 550% increase in income from last year for just when we partnered up. So it's just getting started for us. And just if you just keep extrapolating those numbers. So after we get 2 million, you know what it's going to feel like? It's going to feel like we need to make 3 million. And then it's going to feel like we need to make 4 million. So,
people have asked me that for years, Craig, what motivates you? And it wouldn't matter. And my whole team makes fun of me this way because it doesn't matter how well we do. I just always want to do better.
Yeah.
Right. Because I know you too, that when you get to 2 million, it's like 2 million is not going to be good enough anymore. I got to do to 3 million. It's just part of human nature. We just want to grow and improve. Look, I don't know many people that want to jump out of bed in the morning and say, oh, I want to do a worse job today than I did yesterday. That's not human nature. Human nature, we want to grow as human beings. That's the human spirit, is we want to grow and we want to improve and we want to build it bigger and better and faster. And I just want to finish up the interview by saying how proud I am of both of you, because you've done that. You get to get up every day. Think of how lucky you are. You get to get up every day and you get to help people, and you're passionate about it. And that's why you're successful. Like, people watching this can tell that you love what you do. And that's what we wish for everybody. For everyone watching this interview right now, you are right now capable. You have that potential to turn your real estate business into a real business, not a job. Don't listen to what everybody tells you about this business. This can be, I get it. It can be the worst business in the world, but it can be just really a wonderful opportunity for all of you to live your dreams and have a real business that serves your life, that helps you make more money, gives you more time, something that you're proud of, that you really can get into and you're excited about, getting up every day and going to work, because you're actually building something that makes a difference in the world. So Erika and Tami, I want to thank you so much for doing this interview. I know you're going to have a fantastic year this year, and I can't wait to actually getting together with you guys in person at our upcoming conferences. Again, we'll have Erika's and Tami's contact information in the comments below, and my contact information. Reach out to these ladies. You know what? Heck, even if you're not in Metro Atlanta, I don't care where you are in the country. If you want to have a great conversation, if you feel the passion and the energy here, just reach out. They'll talk to you. They'll say, hey, look at this is what's happened to us. Let us know anything that we can help you folks with. Thank you so much for watching the Craig Proctor Real Estate Show. We'll let Erika and Tami get back to making money here and running their business. But thanks so much for doing this. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Craig. Thank you for all that you do and for pouring into us. I'm looking forward to seeing you in person again sometime soon.
Hey, and I'm going to get you guys back here when we hit the $2 million so we can talk about that.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you, Craig. And hopefully we'll see you in Cancun.
Okay. We'll see you guys soon.
All right.
Take care.
Bye.
And thank you for the interview.
Bye.
Appreciate it.